Hello, another video. Here is the Megadrive Mini, which I got about a week ago, which I'm going to show in two parts. One is what's in the box, really, and the other part is actually going to be showing games. So there's the box. Look at that, lovely. It comes with 42 games, as it says there. 40 games plus 2 bonus ones. Very nice. So it shows the games on the back, which is probably a bit too small to see which games it is, but I'm sure you can make some of them out. Oddly, or rather not oddly, the UK version and I think the US one, they come with 3 button pads, which whereas the Japanese version comes with 6 button pads, I believe. But there's one of the pads. Look, I've already unboxed some of this, but look, feels pretty much like a Megadrive pad. The joypad is not nice and loose, which I really like. I like loose pads. So that's the pad. You can also buy, which I got about a week or so before this came out. You can also buy the official 6 button pads, which can be used, as it says there, on PC, Mac, Steam, PS3, Switch, Megadrive Mini. They're mainly used probably for Street Fighter 2. So that's that. I should put away quickly, and then here is the bit you want to see. This is the Megadrive Mini itself. It's about, I mean, my hand isn't particularly big. I haven't got particularly big hands, but it kind of fits quite nice in your hand. It's got the original, the volume, the on-off switch, which I believe work. I'm not quite sure if the volume one does, and the reset one does, but the on-off switch does. And on the back, it's got the expansion port for the Mega CD, which I think that's just a blanking plate. It doesn't actually, there's no actual port there. So yeah, that's what it looks like. I will just cut for a minute, and then you can see the actual games in action. Thanks a lot. Hello and welcome back. So here we are. This is the actual machine turned on. So as you can see, the start screen, we'll choose English, lovely. And here's a really nice menu going. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly scroll through the games, and then we'll try a few. As far as I know, the emulation has been done by M2, so it's probably a lot better than the previous consoles that AtGames have made, for example. I think one area where the Megadrive emulation tends to suffer is in the sound, but I think on here the sound is actually okay. So yeah, so here we go. So we've got Alex Kidd, Alter Beast, Space Harrier 2, Thunder Force 3, Ghouls and Ghosts, Golden Axe, Columns, Castle of Illusion, Strider, Sonic, Toe Jam and L, and Alyssa Dragoon. And if we go, oh, there we go, back one that way. Wonder Boy in Monster World, Kid Chameleon, Super Fantasy Zone, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Echo the Dolphin, Road Rash 2, World of Illusion, Streets of Rage 2, Gunstar Heroes, Shining Force, Shinobi 3, Landstalker, Street Fighter 2 Dash, which I think is Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. In fact it is, because it says it there. Sonic Spinball, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Eternal Champions, which again, I think, as I said before, probably Street Fighter 2 and Eternal Champions will really work well with the 6 button pads. Castlevania, the new generation, which I think is a real score, because I don't think many people have played the Megadrive version of that. Dynamite Headdy, Mega Man: The Wily Wars, which again is a good pick. Earthworm Jim, Pro Protector, Fantasy Star 4, Story 4, Light Crusader, Comic Zone, Vector Man, Virtua Fighter 2, not sure why they keep putting that one on there, but I suppose it is Sega's own one. Monster World 4, and then the 2 new ones are Darius, which is, I think, is a new conversion, and Tetris, which of course didn't ever come out, or a few a few copies of it came out back in the day, which is why on eBay it fetches such a lot of money. So this is my first time into this, so excuse me if I'm not doing the right thing, but if we go into settings, languages, screen settings, so you can set it to be 4:3, I think, completely stretched or a bit stretched. Again, wallpapers, you can set the wallpaper settings for the background, but I don't know, I can't see anything about scan lines or anything in here, unless that is that one. Maybe that is to do with scan lines, I'm not 100% sure, but I'll leave it as default for now. And also you can sort by release date, genre, by number of players. So what I'll do is I'll come into some. Let's do Space Harrier 2, which I think was a launch game for the Megadrive in Europe, I believe. Not 100% sure. But so far, sounds okay. We'll start with the default space. So it seems to control well, and the sound seems good as well, which is, you know, great, because I say previous Megadrive systems, the mini ones like the At Games ones, they seem to suffer a bit from the sound. Oh, there you go. Cracking start.
Get ready.
So you have to excuse me a bit. I'm playing this on the window of the game capture card that I've got, rather than on the screen itself. Oh, here comes a dragon. I always thought it was a shame that Space Harrier 2 came out on the Mega Drive and not Space Harrier 1, although you know, it is what it is. Oh, hello, here we go.
Get ready.
And hurrah! Indeed, I got that right. Wonderful. So that's Space Harrier 2. I've got to figure out how you. In fact, I think you just do that. Press the reset button on the Mega Drive itself. You don't seem to be able to do it from the controller, which is a bit of a shame. What else do we like the look of? Ghouls and Ghosts is always a great one. Funny enough, I had Super Ghouls and Ghosts on the Super Nintendo. I've never. I didn't actually have a Mega Drive back in the day. I did. I went out with someone that at the time had a Mega Drive, and I bought Sonic 3 on it, I believe, but I didn't actually own one myself. It's only in later years that I got a Mega Drive and a Mega CD and everything else. But yeah, Ghouls and Ghosts. So this game is notorious for being incredibly hard, as you just found out there. Oh, there you go. Aha, got got the magician. Oh, you can't. I say it plays well. It seems really fast. You know, it's responsive. I can't detect much lag at all, which is ever so good, really. I know that some of these games with the emulators and things, lag is an issue, but I think it's pretty much behaving as I'd expect. I'm sure there'll be some people that will disagree, but at this stage, it feels alright. Oh no, I've picked up that useless weapon. Oh, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Oops. So that's Ghouls and Ghosts. Excellent. So let's just go back to main menu. Okay, but as you saw on the screen there are save slots, which will make some of these games a lot easier to finish, especially Ghouls and Ghosts, because that is an incredibly difficult game. Especially as spoiler alert, you have to play it twice in order to finish it properly. Here's another game that at the time I had an Amiga, and this game looked amazing for the Megadrive, and I never actually had it at the time. But this was the first sort of game I saw that I thought, you know, well, console games are actually better than Amiga games a lot of the time. Oops. Showing the fact there that I don't really know this game much, which is, you know, which is good for me, because obviously I've bought the system, so it's actually better that I haven't played a lot of these games. There you go. Oops, just went the wrong way there. Oops, got that wrong. So yeah, there's Strider. Next one, I won't go through every single game, but I'll go through a few. But again, it's really nice to use. We'll leave Sonic and things because everybody's seen that game, haven't they? So look at Road Rash 2. My favourite Road Rash is actually Road Rash on the 3DO. That's for me the best version of the game. There we go. Funny enough, I do have all of the Road Rash games on the Megadrive, the actual original cartridges, somewhere in the deep recesses of the attic. Whoops. see if I can punch anyone. So yeah, so that's Road Rash. I'll stop that one there. Let's have a look at some of the ones. Let's have a look at some of the other ones. Yeah, there, Streets of Rage. Everyone liked Streets of Rage 2. This is one that normally on emulation shows up the sound issues. So hopefully they've got this one right. Let's just skip past all of that and get to the game. Fair enough, I think I've got this game on the Megadrive as well, the actual physical game. But yeah, the sound in this game is fantastic. The music in this game is really good. But so far so good. There's no sound issues that I can hear. See what's in behind this bin. Oh yes, we'll have that. There we go, got rid of him there. Oh, just got hit with a pipe. Get you back for that. There we go. So yeah, that's Streets of Rage 2. It's a great game, and the emulation on it looks amazing. So that's another good one to have. Oh, wrong button. Let's have a look what else we got. Probably Gunstar Heroes, I expect, is always a good one. I'll show this one, and then probably Street Fighter and what's the other one? Castlevania. Just quickly. So this one, as everyone should know, is an amazing game. The visual effects and sprite scaling and things that they did on this game was amazing for the time. But this, for me, is one of my favourite Megadrive games. I love this game. It's fantastic. As I say, wonderful game, wonderful game. Right, next one then. Let's have a look at what's next. Here you go, I'll just do Castlevania just to finish it off. But again, there's some cracking games on here. Sega did really well with this. There's plenty of games on it, and some some really good ones. I mean, even things like Castle of Illusion and things which you would have thought wouldn't have got on here because of copyright issues and things, licenses. They seem to have got, which is amazing. It's going to be really interesting to see in the future if this machine gets hacked the same way that the others have got hacked, because it's so far my favourite mini of the lot. The SNES one was good, especially mainly because I wanted that, mainly because it had Star Fox 2 on it, which, as we know, wasn't released officially. But overall, so far, I'm really impressed with this, and it's only about £60 I paid for it, and yeah, so far I'm quite impressed. I may do another video, follow-up one, showing what it's like with the 6-button pads. I'm not 100% sure though, but this game for people that never owned a Megadrive or had a Megadrive but didn't get this game, this game's an absolute treat, because as we know, there's a lot of fans of Castlevania, but this one so far, I say, it seems really responsive. Music's good, animation's good. It just seems nice and fluid, and I'm going to really look forward to playing this one. I mean, my favourite one with Castlevania is probably Symphony of the Night. I had that originally on the PlayStation 1. In fact, I've still got it on the PlayStation 1. I've also got the Xbox 360 port, which I believe works on the Xbox One as well, which is good. But yeah, this looks fantastic, and obviously it's a really big long game as well, which, so for value for money wise, I don't think you can fault this particularly, because there's a lot of games on here, role playing games, that aren't just like pick up and play games. I'm having a bit of trouble with this bit. Go down here instead. And the jumping is pixel perfect. It's really nice. So yeah, I'll bring this video to a close then. But yeah, this is the Megadrive Mini. I'm actually really impressed with it. As I say, I think it's my favourite one of the ones released so far. Obviously next March the PC Engine Mini comes out, which looks extremely good. But yeah, this is fantastic. I'm really enjoying this one. Alright guys, until next time, if you like the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.